Hi, my name is Mayor Christian Price of the City of Maricopa in Maricopa, Arizona. Some of the things that I'm often asked is, how did I get to be a part of or learn about the Streets Don't Love You Back program? It's kind of interesting. I met Rob and Lucinda at a business meeting one night, and they put me on their radio show, and they talked to me a little bit about their program. And from there, things just kind of evolve. And I remember one day they called me back and said, "Hey, can we meet with you?" And I said, "Absolutely." So we went down and sat in my office, and in that process, we actually went through their books. And as we really opened up and dove into them, what we found was there's so much good information about how to help people, especially in the prison systems. And so, the light kind of went off, and I said, why don't we meet with our local judge and our chief of police? And I think that if we can bring everybody into one room, that we can probably do some great things with this. And it's going to take you guys doing the work, but if I can help facilitate that, I'd be more than happy to, because I saw this as a great program. And so that's what we did. We kind of came together, and I think everything kind of snowballed from there. What we found was that Judge Riggs was able to apply this to the local court system here. When folks had issues or challenges and there were sentencing needs, he was able to apply this program, and it's changed people's lives. One of the next things that we saw it do is how the process grew. As police and our court system were a part of this, one of the things we found out is that we had a tried and true tested system. And again, it's only thanks to Rob and Lucinda for all the hard work that they did. It's their program after all, but they kept pushing, and they didn't stop with just here. They wanted to expand it across the county. They wanted to expand it into the entire state of Arizona. And so we were able to continue to make networked connections with folks like Senator Steve Smith of Arizona, that once we were able to take it to the legislature and exercise those connections along with Senator Catherine Miranda, both opposite sides of the aisle. But what they saw in it was they saw a great program that could help a lot of people. And so one of the things that they were able to do is, Rob and Lucinda and myself and Senator Miranda and Senator Smith, we all got together with the Department of Corrections heads, and we sat down and we talked about this. And, like most things, there was a little bit of hesitation, but after some explanation, after proving what had been successful here in Maricopa, we were able to showcase to them that we just knew that it would be a wonderful program. And the best part about it was free to them. And all they had to do was institute it and see what started to happen. And what we saw and what we've been seeing is that the recidivism rates drop. People are changing their lives and their lifestyles because they're learning the simple principles that they perhaps never learned as children, or they perhaps never learned in their tough lives. And I think that that's why this program is so powerful, is that Rob, who has lived this lifestyle and been through this and changed his own life, and with the help of his wife Lucinda, who has that knowledge of how to take what Rob has actually lived through and apply it to real world techniques, it's really the best of both worlds. And what we have seen in the Streets Don't Love You Back, and its growth has been explosive. We're so excited for them and for everything that is taking place with this, and we hope that over the next decade we see this program not only continue to grow in Arizona and every prison in Arizona, but that it continues to grow throughout the United States. So we're thankful that it all started here in America.
I'm Anthony Smith, County Board of Supervisors, and also former mayor of the city of Maricopa. I want to share with you a little bit about how I got to know the Streets Don't Love You Back organization, Rob Boyd. We met at about 7 years ago. I was just finishing up getting a haircut at a local barber shop, and he came in to the shop, and the owner introduced me to Rob Boyd, and I just had a little brief conversation, but I could tell that he was very sincere in what he was wanting to do in his mission. His mission of bringing a Lifeskills program and increasing the influence on young people was something I felt that the city of Maricopa, as it was growing, needed. As a young community, we didn't have a lot of the various services and organizations that a city of 100 years or more would have. So I always was looking for various opportunities to increase the service and the nonprofits of the community. Well, I read the book and got to know Rob through the years, and I continue to support him either financially, through gifts, funding for various projects he has, or just by encouragement. He's always welcome into my office, and I think what I really appreciate the most is his life skills building programs, his work with the youth. He's also entered into agreement with serving in the county prison system. Those are important things, and you know, it's all about increasing the fabric of our people and helping each individual person, and that's what I think the Streets Don't Love You Back program is all about. So my congratulations to Rob Boyd, Lucinda, his partner, and all those who are helping to support, and I encourage you to support the organization also. They are fantastic, sincere, doing the right things, helping people.
I'm Lyle Riggs. I'm the Justice of the Peace for Western Pinal County, including the City of Maricopa, and also the City of Magistrate for the City of Maricopa. I heard about the program, The Streets Don't Love You Back, and met Rob and Lucinda Boyd. What encouraged me about the program is it aims to, seem to have two focuses. One, on helping people and kids stay out of trouble, learn different life skills so that they could stay out of trouble. And those that had already been either convicted of a serious crime or had spent time in prison, to give them skills to help them to adjust outside of prison so that they would not be repeat offenders. The program, I was impressed by the design of the program. I deal with a lot of young people and even adults who have committed misdemeanors, which are relatively minor crimes. But most people who end up committing serious crimes start with the minor crimes. And so my hope and the reason I was willing to work with the Streets Don't Love You Back was the hope that we could change some people's minds, change some directions so that they would make different choices and not end up being felons. I'm excited that the program has moved on to the Arizona Department of Corrections. I believe it's going to have a profound effect on those that participate, both in helping them see things differently and having them to have skills that will help them once they are out. Grateful for the program, grateful for the work that Rob and Lucinda and others have done to implement it, and I wish them nothing but continued success.
Hi, I'm Steve Stahl. I'm the Chief of Police with the City of Maricopa Police Department. Been the Chief of Police for a little over 5 years now, and how I came in contact with Rob and Lucinda, I had watched some of their Facebook posts and some of their social media stuff, and I had talked to both Rob and Lucinda at a couple open meetings. They had come to a couple of my coffee with the chiefs and just kind of told me about their program, and I was very interested in what they had to offer because primarily we are in the protection business. Law enforcement is in the protection business. And Rob and Lucinda really had a passion, or showed a passion, for protecting our youth and not letting them get caught up in the problems, the associations that Rob had got caught up in when he was a young man. And so I could see in both of their, not just their words, but their actions, that they were going to follow through with what they said they were going to do, and their ultimate mission. Rob and Lucinda have been a great resource for the police department. I refer people to Rob and Lucinda that we can't necessarily provide resources to from a city aspect. So I can refer those people to Rob, and and Lucinda can help them, mentor them, get them involved in the program, maybe educate them, and give them a reason to be proud rather than a reason to be caught up in the system, which sometimes can be very frustrating and just a continuous circle of the system, and eventually it swirls you up and drains you. So been associated with them for almost 3 years now. And when Rob and Lucinda came to me and asked about whether I would be supportive of them being in the prison system, absolutely. I was absolutely supportive of it. Everybody needs to be held accountable for their actions. But once they're held accountable in our system, in our criminal justice system, law enforcement wants them to be productive members of our community. We want them, once they get out, to be able to contribute to the well-being of the entire community, whatever community they choose to live in. And we have a very safe community here in the city of Maricopa, and we will continue to have a very safe community. And so, while we want them to be very productive members, it's kind of nice that I have Rob and Lucinda as a sounding board that I can go to and say, hey, one of your members may be going down a bad path. Rob knows me well enough now, and we've had several discussions where I will be very supportive. I will refer people to Rob. I will try to help mentor them to success. But if you are not going to listen to the words and follow through on the actions that Rob and Lucinda are providing for you, I have no choice but to hold you accountable for consequences. That is my sworn oath, to keep everyone else, all 50,000 residents in this city, safe. And that is the oath that I plan on keeping, regardless of my friendship with Rob and Lucinda. And they know this. They know, and Rob above all knows, sometimes you have to be held accountable and get some of that tough love, and sometimes it is behind bars. We would prefer not to have that happen, but never mistake the fact that I have Rob and Lucinda's support, that if we can't help you through the program, we are going to hold you accountable in the system. I believe in the future of the city of Maricopa. I believe it has a great future. We are growing. We have great community members who take an interest in the safety of the community. They help me greatly as a chief of police, and I believe the future for Rob and Lucinda's program, for our youth and for those who want to be mentored to be productive citizens, is a great opportunity for this city. Not everybody is the same. We have to understand that some people have been brought up through a different life than what we are accustomed to. And communication is the key. I grew up in a very small town in South Dakota, and so going to a big city and learning about how criminal syndicates work and how crime occurs and the reasons behind it and stuff is eye-opening. And it's eye-opening to many of our residents who move here, who believe in the goodness of people all the time, but there's always that underlying criminal element that we need to be wary of. We need to make sure that we try to mentor them to help them understand there are consequences for actions. And there are good consequences for actions too. If you take those actions and you reach out to Rob and Lucinda, the consequences can be great and your future can be absolutely great. So I want to thank Rob and Lucinda for our partnership, our ongoing future that I believe is extremely bright, and there's no doubt about it. The Streets Don't Love You Back has a great message, and I encourage you all to look into it. Thank you much.
My name is Vincent Manfredi. I'm a council member here in the city of Maricopa. And a question I'm asked usually is, why did I take a chance on the Streets Don't Love You Back Lifeskills intervention program? And the reason I took a chance is there's really two main reasons, and that's Rob and Lucinda Boyd. What they do is they get out in the community and they talk to people and they interact with people and give them the ability to change the circumstances they're currently finding themselves in. So when people ask me, why do I take a chance? Because they did. You know, Rob and Lucinda took a chance on Maricopa, and they took a chance on the people of Maricopa to help them. So of course, reciprocity means we're going to help Rob and Lucinda as much as we possibly can. I learned that the program recently got put in the Arizona prison system, and for Rob and Lucinda, it's probably a great accomplishment. It is a great accomplishment because what it does is it lets them help more and more people. And as they help more people, those people will help people. And it's just a chain of positive attitudes happening, a chain of change happening within the community. And I think when I talk about the Streets Don't Love You Back, and people ask me, you know, the work that they do, and it's hard to quantify because, you know, they're going to help kids and young adults and adults. They're going to help everybody, really, change the circumstances they find themselves in. So when you look at it and you understand the work that they're doing, you know, it all comes together and it works out really well. I've noticed there's a change in Maricopa, in the vibes that people have and the positiveness from the time that the program first went into the court system back in 2015 when it went to the court system. And you can tell that people that might have found themselves at a dead end, where they were going down the wrong path, things were not working out so well, you can tell that there's more positiveness to it and that people can change. You don't get stuck in the same predicament you're in. You can step up and step out of that situation and grow. Rob and Lucinda, they've worked hard for it, and you know, I understand exactly why they do it because we've had long conversations about it. I understand where the people they're helping are coming from because, to be honest, everybody has a past, and not everybody's past is as sterling as they want it to be. But it's the ability to step out of the situation you're in, choose a separate path, a new path, and go forward. And I think that's what the Streets Don't Love You Back does for the people that need it. So, you know, I'll always be here to support them. And if they need anything at all, always give me a call.
Hello, I'm Councilmember Henry Wade from the City of Maricopa. And I'm here to talk about the Lifeskills, Streets Don't Love You Back Lifeskills Intervention Program and why I took a chance on it. I took a chance on it because I believe in Rob Boyd. I believe that he has the energy, the drive, and the commitment to propose a program that provides opportunities to young people who have found themselves in trouble and now are moving out of that situation, and now they have a plan. They have a program to follow to not return to the same kind of behavior. How did I feel when I knew that it was going into the penitentiaries and into other opportunities, into the court system? I thought it's natural. This was exactly what needed to happen. You had to exactly give people something positive. If there's nothing there for them to hold on to, if there's nothing there for them to look forward to, then they'll continue to practice the same behavior that got them in trouble in the first place. So I was ecstatic and impressed by the way that Rob and Lucinda were able to make that happen. You know, I learned that Rob and Lucinda Boyd are innovators. They're creators of positive energy. And it's amazing to find a couple that work that well together to be able to provide something to the community, particularly to young people, that they can use in a positive way to not return to behaviors that would not support what they're trying to do. You know, from 2015, actually, I go back a little further than 2015 with Rob, and it was interesting. It's a short story, but I'll tell it. You know, I went to the same barber that Rob attended or went to, and he was selling his books, The Streets Don't Love You Back. And you know, I could tell right then and there that I was in the presence of somebody who was committed. And here we are in 2017, and he's exploded. He's exploded. You know, he and Lucinda have taken The Streets Don't Love You Back, the manual, and turned it into a lifestyle that can be positive and creative for young people. But I also have one other thing that I find amazing about this couple. I don't know if many people know, but they have a program where they feed homeless people every fourth Sunday of the month. And I have seen it with my own eyes. The energy, the positive response that they receive from people who are out there on the streets. They have not in some cases. They come, they can get a meal, they can get something to drink, they can get some clothing that they may need, they can get some bedding that they may need. And when Rob and Lucinda Boyd show up, it's like, I'm not gonna say it's like a party, but it's festive and people are happy. And so when I saw that, knowing about the Streets Don't Love You Back intervention program, and seeing what they do on a street level, supporting people for real. This is, I didn't see anybody writing any checks saying, here, do this, do that. This was coming straight from their heart and the people, the volunteers that support them. So, you know, Rob and Lucinda Boyd, The Streets Don't Love You Back, Individual Life Skills, feeding the homeless people. This is a couple that has it going on. And I am so proud to be able to say they're my friends.
Hi, this is Senator Steve Smith. I live in Maricopa with Rob and Lucinda Boyd, and I'm a big fan and a big supporter of their great organization, The Streets Don't Love You Back. I met Rob and Lucinda a year or two ago, and when I started seeing the work that they were doing, not only in our community but throughout the state, you know, as soon as they came to me and asked for the little bit of help that I could help with, it was an easy sell, because not only are Rob and I both from the great state of Michigan, grew up around Detroit, but I saw his passion. I saw what he and his wife were trying to do with their organization, helping kids, helping adults, getting their lives back on track, stopping them from going down the wrong road. Rob's the real deal. He's been there, he's done that, he knows what he speaks of. And so when you see passion, when you see knowledge, but more importantly, when you see somebody who wants to help, that's why it's easy for people like us, a lot of our community leaders, to rally around them. Because of Rob and Lucinda's tenacity, we were able to help get them into the Department of Corrections in Arizona, to get The Streets Don't Love You Back into our correctional facilities, where those people behind those bars probably need it the most. We have some great relationships starting, hopefully with the Salvation Army and others, that's going to just bring their organization to the hopefully to the pinnacle and just move it beyond where they're at today. But I just want to tell them both, you know, not only as a senator but as a citizen, and just as a person who's trying to do good in the world, that the two of them are doing phenomenal work. They're doing the Lord's work, and I couldn't be more proud of them. We are here to help. We are here to support, and I want to say once again, Rob and Lucinda, awesome job. Streets Don't Love You Back, awesome job. Keep it up. God bless you.
Hi, I'm Rusty Akers. I'm the pastor of Community of Hope Church here in Maricopa, Arizona. And it's been a real privilege to get to know Rob and Lucinda over the last 2 or 3 years. We've been serving with them with the Streets Don't Love You Back in a few different capacities. We've been joining them downtown Phoenix on the first Sunday of every month, serving the homeless down there. I've been involved with them for a couple of years. I think my first trip down there was a big Super Bowl party, and there were literally thousands of people impacted by the Streets Don't Love You Back. And I know probably tens of thousands over the last 2 or 3 years, as they serve people food, as they meet people's needs down there, and just connect with the homeless and really the less fortunate. About 2 years ago, Rob and Lucinda invited me to get on board with their intervention program, and I've seen firsthand the impact of that right here in Maricopa, as not only students, young men and women, but parents as well have been involved in that. We're about life change at Community of Hope Church. We believe that everyone has hope, no matter where they're at in life, and I know Rob and Lucinda live that story. Rob's come from the streets of Detroit, and he's not only turned his life around, but he's been able to impact thousands of other people's lives to help them turn their lives around as well. We love Rob and Lucinda right here in Maricopa. It's good to work with them, and we look forward to serving with them for as long as they'll let us. So I just want to thank them so much for being a part of what's going on in Maricopa and around the world. Look forward to changing lives.
You can love the streets, but the streets don't love you back. You can love the streets, but the streets don't love you back. You can love the streets, but the streets don't love you back. You can love the streets, but the streets don't love you back. You can love the streets, but the streets don't love you back. A lot of homies dead and gone, thought the streets would love them back. I got homies in the pen I might never see again, cause they live by code. Always keep your mouth closed. In the streets they be watching, plotting to get you murked. Keep your eyes open, homie, they working to keep you trapped. They playing checkers in this game, no love, showing no mercy. Getting pinched by the feds, turn the stain on your mans. I don't understand why the streets don't love you back. 1 minute you on top, then next plotting your death. Ain't no friends in this game, they shady like Eminem. Turn your back on your homie, he stab you for fortune and fame. Man, I don't understand. Yo, boy, I don't understand. You can love love the streets, but the streets don't love you back. You can love the streets, but the streets don't love you back. You can love the streets, but the streets don't love you back. You can love the streets, but the streets don't love you back. You can love the streets, but the streets don't love you back. You can love the streets, but the streets don't love you back. Nah.